Well, good afternoon, softball fans. We welcome you back to Del Mar, California, field number 1 here at the Polo Grounds, site of the 2025 National Gay Flag Football League Gay Bowl. Rich Siegel, along with Dr. Joel Tremblay. Roman Jimenez is our on-site producer and director here this afternoon. We are getting prepared for the Open Division Final, a contest between the Chicago Freeze and the ATX Heat Blue. We have seen the Heat Blue 3 times. This is the second time we will have seen Chicago. Both teams have outstanding quarterbacks, and we are set up for a dandy game here on the US Gay Sports Network. We thank you for being with us.
And we have a number of sponsors that make this coverage possible on the US Gay Sports Network here at Gay Bowl 25. And our first sponsor is the Good Feet Store. Discover real relief and comfort with Good Feet Arch Support Solutions. The Good Feet Store is the title sponsor of Gay Bowl 25. They can be found on social media with @The Good Feet Store altogether, @The Good Feet Store. Lawyers Title, providing title, escrow, and closing services for your residential and commercial real estate transactions. They can be found at Lawyers Title San Diego. Rich's, San Diego's biggest nightclub. They are your destination for evening parties. They had the opening party on Friday, and they will be rocking and rolling on tonight and throughout the week. Blue Peak Credit Union. Blue Peak's mission is to empower Californians to achieve peak financial wellness. Make a meaningful connection with Blue Peak. That's BLU, no E, PEAK, Blue Peak Credit Union. And those are our sponsors to begin this game. We'll tell you just a little bit if this is your first flag football game. We are going to start with a kickoff. After that, there will be an offensive drive. You'll see pucks on the field. The puck nearest the offense is going to be your line of scrimmage. The next puck is 5 yards away. That is going to be the rush box. If you want to rush the quarterback, you have to start from behind that line. And then there will be a beanbag that is going to mark the first down or line to gain.
The officials for this game, there will be 5 of them, and they have a lot of experience. Lance Burridge from Nashville and Atlanta is our referee, 17 years of service. The center judge is Patrick Fisher. He is the junior most member of this group with 8 years of experience. Patrick is from Phoenix. Neil Kovrig from right here in San Diego, friend to both Joel and Roman, 12 years of experience with the San Diego League and the NGFFL. Jared Garduno with 17 years of experience from Phoenix. He is the down judge, Neil the back judge. And the line judge will be David Bruce with 13 years of experience from Boston. So this crew with a lot of games under their belts, and they will be officiating this game today. The Blue Heat will be moving from our right to our left.
So it looks like the Heat will be kicking to the Freeze.
They will indeed.
And if the Heat looks familiar, they were with us in our semifinal game where they beat the Washington, D.C. Admirals. The Freeze was beating the Washington, D.C. Elite over on Field 2 at that time. So here we are with both of those teams in our championship game in the Open A Division.
So Chicago will receive this kick. They'll do it punt style. They have the option of punting or using the kicking tee, but I believe that's Kevin Kelly who will be delivering this kick to Chicago. Get ready, these are 2 very well coached and very talented teams with excellent quarterbacks. And that's the kick, and that's a nice high kick that goes into the end zone. The ball falls to the ground, and so it is a touchback on the nice kick by Kevin Kelly. Chicago will start 1st and 10.
And actually, Rich, he touched that ball in front of the end zone. So when he touched it and it went, they're going to have to take it from there, which looks to be about maybe the 2-yard line.
All right. Mitch Duran is the quarterback for Chicago.
Because we're close to that end zone, like Will mentioned, there are safeties in this game. So if there is a major penalty or some sort of sack, you could get a 2-point safety.
He stands in his end zone and has the first play of the game as a shovel pass, running left side, and the flag drawn. The recipient was number 7.
And you will see a lot of that type of play. These teams only get one true rushing play per possession. So you'll see a lot of little short passes that then look like rushing plays, but for most of them, the ball will be in the air at least briefly.
And I will apologize, I do not have a number 7 on my roster, so we'll just have to identify him by his number, or do you have a number 7? Okay. It is second down. Durant calling signals, another shovel pass. And this to one of the interior linemen, that's Eric Anthony. And that'll bring up a third down. They're at about the 10 or 11.
Looks like they got the first down on that, Rich. They've reset the field, and the down marker's now caught up.
The down marker finally does get changed. So it's 1st and 10. Durant to throw. He's looking left, and he has a man open on the left side, and the pass is caught by the aforementioned number 7. The flag pulled by Xavier Daniel. He beat Vontae Haven. Vontae Hayden, and it'll be a first down at the 38, the Austin 38.
And we'll get a little better look at the formations here now that they're close to us near midfield. Everybody in the field is eligible. Right now they have a center and somebody lined up next to them who might be blockers, but they can always release and catch the ball.
Shovel pass to, there's a collision to number 7. And the receiver went down. It'll be about a yard gain, if anything. So we'll spot the ball at the 37, second down and 7. All right, they break the huddle. And on this play, man comes in motion and flanks to the right side. Durant's pass is caught by number 0. Running free down the right sideline, that's Xavier Colvin. And he will get another first down as he takes the ball to around the 18-yard line, 1st and 10.
Nefree's moving the ball nicely here.
They started at the 1. They have progressed all the way to the Austin 18. Durant sends in motion. Again, it's a shovel pass, and again, this one is number 2. This is another player who I do not have on my roster, so that's how he'll be identified, number 2. With that rush, he comes up a little bit gimpy, and so he's going to be replaced.
That's Keith Oliphant. I know him from having played in San Diego.
Okay.
We have him as number 23, so they must have switched up some jerseys here.
I'm glad you got that, so now we can refer to him by his name. It is second down. 2 shovel passes and a long completion. And Durant to throw. Fade route to the back of the end zone is tipped and incomplete. Xavier Daniel breaking up that pass. It's 3rd down.
That pass intended, I believe, for Robbie White in that back corner there. Really good D to get back to that ball. Looked for a minute like he was open, but able to get up there and out jump him to tip the ball away.
So it is 3rd down. It looks like they need about 5. Durant brings a man in motion, and again a fake of a shovel pass. Now Durant going to run. He stops, and his flag is pulled before he reaches the line to gain. It is 4th down.
And it looks like he did get about 2 yards, which, as you mentioned, not enough for the first down. Unfortunately for him, it is enough to mean that he lost his run. That was his run for this possession, so everything's going to have to be a pass from here on out.
So this is at the 11-yard line. 4th down, and Austin looking to make its first hole of the ball game.
Austin mostly rushing 2. Looks like Duran is going to have 2 defenders there, a center and somebody else that's going to come back.
Duran
Nope,
to throw.
just one.
Looking, gets his pass away to the back of the end zone, and it is caught.
I am not seeing a touchdown signal yet. I
No,
think we are
but
just in front of the end zone.
It's a first down. It's about a yard shy of the end zone. So it is 1st and goal for the Chicago Freeze, looking to be the first team to score in our game, and they're very close to that.
And as we saw in our last game, these 1-yard plays in the end zone can be tough. There can be a lot of flags because the defense is going to try to push in to what might be a short pass or a runner coming across the formation like this.
Duran with the toss to, it looks like Xavier Colvin, and he just touches or reaches the ball across the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago Freeze, and they grab the early lead at 6-0. And you can hear the Chicago Freeze fans with their "Let's go Chicago, let's go" chant.
And that first touchdown was brought to you by the United States Gay Sports Network. That's USGSN.
So they'll try for 1. 79-yard drive. And here on the point after, Duran looking to the left side, and the pass is made, and the pass is caught by Robbie White, but we have a whistle, and there is a flag on the play. It is an illegal block, hands to the face against the offense. They'll penalize the team, but they will never identify who the player is unless there's an unsportsmanlike conduct, because there are other possibilities beyond the first infraction. So we don't know who it was, and that's not important. What is important is that there is a walk-off. It is, again, a point after 1-point attempt. And Duran now with the ball at the 10, looking to throw, gets a pass away to the back of the end zone, and it is overthrown and incomplete. And the score will stay early in the first half. The Chicago Freeze 6 and the ATX Blue Heat nothing.
And the Austin Heat Blue will get the ball at the 15. We don't do kicks unless there are, except for punts. We don't do any kickoffs after scores. We just get the ball at the 15 unless there's some sort of penalty assessed. So that's where the Heat Blue will start. We have seen them a couple of times here on our coverage, and they are a very versatile offense. They can throw a deep ball, and sometimes they come out doing that on the first play. They can also just march downfield with some very short passes and runs.
Austin's first offensive possession will start at the 15. The center is John Martin. Quarterback is Tizak Garcia. He is looking, he is scrambling, he gets his pass away, and it's almost intercepted by Brody Jepson, who stepped in front of the intended receiver, who I believe is Vontae Hayden.
And that's got to feel a little scary for Garcia, because in our last game, his first pass was picked off by the DC team, the Admirals.
So 2nd down and 10 at the 15. Garcia calls for the ball, fakes a pitch to the left side, now dances to the right, now gets his pass away. The pass is caught on the left sideline by John West Stewart.
And that was a nice flag pull there. We'll see if we can get the number 20.
That's Brody Jepson again. 3rd down. They need about 6 or 7. On this play, Garcia to throw again. Left side pass is caught.
And let's see. Looks like it is very close to a first down, but they are signaling fourth down. So about a yard short.
So would you give up your run now here on this short possession?
I would. Well, we haven't seen Garcia run that often. I probably would if it was needed to keep the drive going, though you'd certainly rather not. Your other option probably, and they're lining up for in the middle, is to have one of these players in the middle just release on a plan thing, maybe even something that's going to try to hop over the head to one of the taller players. Now moving out of that formation.
Kevin Kelly, I believe, is John Martin, rather, is the center. He is going to fake a pass. Now he's going to fake a run, and he's another pass, and that's complete to Kevin Kelly. First down inside the 40 to around the 38.
So a very nice gain on that fourth down play. And the Heat Blue moving the ball steadily down the field again.
Garcia stands about 6 yards behind the center. Looking to throw, rolling to his right, now back to his left. Now it finds a man over the middle. Caught! Oh, it caught. Yes, it is caught.
It's caught for the first
Xavier
down,
Daniel.
but immediately there to pull the flag was Xavier Colvin.
And so it'll be another first down. And now they'll reset the beanbag. First and 10. The ball just outside the 20-yard line. And Garcia looking, rolls to his left, gets his pass away, and it is incomplete.
And Rich, we've seen teams do wholesale substitutions when they go from offense to defense. It looks like for the Freeze, at least 3 of the players, White back there playing safety, number 7 we don't know, and number 0, Xavier Coleman at least, are playing both ends of the field here.
That pass was intended for John West Stewart, and it is second down. Ball is about the 22, 23-yard line.
And Garcia again in almost a shotgun. Nobody back there, no running backs. Doesn't look like he's going for the short pass here.
Second down play. Fake to the right, rolls to his left, now comes back to the right side, directing traffic, gets his pass away to the end zone, and it is slipped, and a leaping catch by Xavier Daniel for the touchdown. 6-6.
And so the team will have a choice between going for 1 point or 2 points. The Freeze went for one from the 5-yard line. They ended up going for one from the 10 after the penalty. These Heat Blue we've seen, and they very often go for 2.
Speed and height.
2 things I do not have.
6-6 our score.
I have width and sloth.
All right, Garcia calling signals. Drops to throw. He is looking. He is rolling to his right. Now throws to the left, and the pass is deflected. It was deflected by Xavier Coleman, and so the point after is unsuccessful. But the ATX Heat Blue on the board. They are tied with the Chicago Freeze 6-6.
And the Freeze will now get the ball from their 15 and start their next drive. Expect most drives to end in points. It's really actually pretty hard to stop these teams. So if a team can get 1 stop, they are in a good position usually to win the game. And if they can get 2 more stops than the other team, it's almost a certain victory.
So that was a 65-yard drive.
Very smooth drive, but very different than some of the other ones we've seen that were much more short pass run heavy from the Heat Blue.
And now Mitch Duran brings his team out for the second time this afternoon. He is throwing a fake to the right side. He is looking, and now a shovel pass to 84, Alex Cross. Zach Whitley makes the flagpole. It'll be second down. Second down at about 6.
And the Freeze huddling. The clock is running the whole time until the 2-minute warning, so just taking a little time off the clock.
And on second down, here's Duran to throw again. He steps up, had a man, now he will run with the ball, flag not pulled, and finally Xavier Daniel pulls the flag just across the 40 to the 39-yard line.
So an impressive run there, got a lot of yards on it, and as you mentioned, it looked a couple times like somebody had a shot at his flags, but you got to get the flags off, and he didn't do anything illegal to protect the flags.
He did not.
Just a good run, just a little bit of, moving, some hip movement to break up the plays, and all the way down to 39.
So it's 1st and 10. They are on the Austin side of the 40. Duran with a pitch. And the flag pulled, the pitch to number 2.
And that's Oliphant.
Keith Oliphant. And that gained about close to 2. It'll be second down at about 8.
And so it looks like the plays are on the quarterback's arm, and the quarterback's the only one who has them. We've seen teams do different things. Some of them have a playbook that they throw on the ground. Some have it on their arm, quarterback's arm. Some have it on everybody's arm.
And on this play, second down, Duran to throw, being chased. And the flag nearly pulled, but not. Flag nearly pulled again, but not. And this pass is completed to Alex Cross for a gain of about 4. Two would-be flag pullers missed, as Duran was able to avoid both of them.
Just barely escaping on both of those, as well as that last run.
It is third down at about 2 or 3. Double wides now, a triple set on the left side, and Duran to throw, rolls to his right. Quick flip to Alex Cross, and he avoids the flagpole, but eventually they finally do get it. 33, Nick Marino did make the flagpole, but there was a miss, and that allowed the receiver to gain a few more yards.
Somewhere on that sideline, one of the coaches of the Heat Blue has to be going, pull flags, pull flags, pull flags. A lot of the yards on this drive have been after a reasonably good chance to pull that flag. And we just heard about 5 minutes left in this half. And if you're the Chicago Freeze and you got the kickoff to start, what you want to do is end this half ahead.
6-6 is our score. The ball at around the 20-yard line. It is first down. Duran sends Jepson in motion to the right side, and a shovel pass to number 7, and there's a tackle there, and
that could easily have been flagged.
Yes.
It looked like he put his arms out to impede the runner before he was doing anything going for the flag. That can easily be called a hold, but wasn't in this case.
Jared over there, that's his call.
So it'll be second down and 8. They're doing a lot of those little shovel passes.
It's a great and safe way to move the ball. And it's going to work until the defenders pull up to stop it, at which point you may have some more room down the field and make a longer pass.
Duran with another shovel pass, and this to Xavier Coleman went right, cut back to the left side of the field. The flag eventually pulled. And it is going to be 3rd down.
Back to that missed flagpole again.
And maybe 5. 4 or 5.
And in the NFL, they talk about the yaks, the yards after the catch. I think we may have to start counting the yards after missed flagpole.
Yes. On 3rd down, Duran to throw, looking, gets good protection, goes to the left end zone, and it's incomplete. Cutting back towards the middle was Brody Jepson, and his 4th down.
Not a bad idea to go for it, because you still got a down to get yourself 6 yards, 5 yards.
So probably the thought there was, hey, they're going to be looking for us to go for 6. Let's go for a lot more and see if we can get it. But he does not have his run. Used it to get a lot of yards earlier in the drive, but this is going to have to be a pass play. And really, you got to think they should be throwing it to at least the line to gain. We saw earlier where somebody turned it over because they threw it, made a completion, but it wasn't far enough.
On 4th down, Duran to throw, looking left side, throwing left side, and the pass is overthrown and incomplete.
And so the Austin Heat Blue is going to take over on the turnover on downs. They will be on offense, moving the ball from, let's see where we are here. Looks like it's going to be somewhere around the 15-yard line. So let's see what Austin comes out with this time. Last time it was very pass heavy, almost a shotgun position for Garcia. Looks like that's what they're going to do again. In previous games, there's a lot more shovel passes to number 88 here.
Double wides to other side. Garcia with a pass out to Kevin Kelly, and that didn't gain much, maybe a couple yards. Both of these teams are playing excellent defense. Our score is 6-6. On 2nd down at about 8, Garcia gets the ball, fakes to the right side. Now going long down the right side, intended for John West Stewart, and it is almost intercepted. Coming up with that good defensive play for Chicago.
And Garcia was watching that side the whole time. I think he was very confident in Stewart's ability to get past the defense, but the defender, taller and fast, was able to keep with him the whole way, almost, as you say, pick that ball off.
Sean Oliver made the good defensive play, coming down the right sideline, running step for step with John West Stewart. He had a little bit of a height advantage, too.
And Garcia, Garcia back again. Looks like he's going to try to do another moderate to deep passing route here.
3rd down and 8. Garcia looking, left side pass is caught and out of bounds. Xavier Daniel at around the 29-yard line. They'll move the chains, or the down marker, such as it is. And it is 1st down.
And I think the receiver on that one just stopped because Colvin was still moving downfield. So I think it was just a stop route, and the defense just kept going. Couldn't turn around and get back in coverage.
All right, John Martin, the center, about to deliver the ball to Tizak Garcia. He is looking right. Looked like he wanted to go long. Rolls to the right, now back a few steps to the left. And he is still looking. He got excellent protection. Now gets his pass away. In the middle of the field, there's Xavier Daniel running free at the 30. Down to around the 25, and the flag eventually pulled by Brody Jepson.
There is a flag down on the play in the backfield here.
But it's going to be on Chicago.
And we're going to keep moving the ball this way. And after that, with enough time, that pass was great. Was reception. There was also a very effective block by Stewart there. Somebody could have flagged him much closer to where he caught the ball, but they ran into Stewart and let the receiver keep going.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness on the defense. The penalty obviously is declined. The ball spotted inside of 25. I think I heard 50 seconds. And each team with their 3 timeouts.
So inside of 2 minutes, the clock is going to stop for penalties, for runners going out of bounds, for incomplete passes, and for first downs.
On first down, Garcia, shovel pass to John West Stewart, running left, cutting it back towards the middle, and eventually the flag does get pulled. The clock will continue to run, and now a timeout.
And each team starts the game with 4 timeouts. They can use up to 3 in any given half. So there's sort of 1 to burn in the first half, so you might as well use it if you want to talk about something more. The rest will almost certainly be only used if necessary for clock management. Rich, that play to 88 to Stewart was what I've kind of been waiting for. They moved the ball on the entire length of the field, essentially, doing almost nothing but that in a previous game.
It is second down, and it looks like they need about 2 or 3.
And the Frees need a big play on defense, or they're going to go into halftime down with the Heat Blue to get the ball to start the second half.
Lance Burridge and the quarterback Garcia have a brief chat. On this play, Garcia looks to the right, now throws over the middle. Caught! Kevin Kelly, first down! I'm going to refer to him as the tight end. He's got tight end hands, good hands.
And it looks like we're going to be going from about the 7.
They're at first and goal. Clock running. Garcia rolls to his left, looking, continues to roll to his left, fakes a pass, now runs towards the end zone, and he is short of it. He went out of bounds, it looks like.
And it looks like he did get positive yardage, so that's going to be his run, which is going to take some options off the table if they get close to the 1 yard line.
Second down, goal to go.
And an opportunity to huddle here because he did go out of bounds, so the clock is going to be stopped until the next snap.
There's a chant of ATX. Here is second and goal. Garcia rolling to his right, looking, gets a short pass away. It is caught by John Martin, and it is a touchdown, Austin.
And a nice job by Martin to haul that one in and hold on to it. One of the defenders basically got his hands on the ball and couldn't knock it away. So currently Heat Blue up 12-6. We'll see if they go for 1 or 2 here. Looks like they're going to go for 2.
Our score as Austin has just taken its lead. Chicago will have a few seconds left to try to do something here before we reach halftime. And they do line up to go for 2. Hayden far right, John West Stewart slotted inside, Xavier Daniel far out on the left. And here is the play. Garcia looking, and now gets his pass away to the back of the end zone, and it is way out of bounds, and the try for 2 is unsuccessful. However, shortly before halftime, our new score is the Austin ATX Heat Blue 12, the Chicago Freeze 6.
And for our Game of Thrones fans out there, the Chicago Freeze wearing shirts over their jerseys earlier that said "Winter is coming."
Tell that to ISR.
27 seconds, I believe, is what I've heard. So they'll have Chicago that much time to try to put something together.
And still with their timeout, so they can send it to the, they can send it to the middle a couple times. They don't have to send it to the sidelines every time.
Mitch Duran on first down. Looking, dancing in the backfield. Gets a short pass away. It is caught by number 4, who lateraled back, but apparently there was a flag pulled. I think Chicago has taken a timeout. Eric Anthony made that reception on that short flip pass by Duran, and this flag was pulled before the lateral. 12 seconds remaining.
And that timeout was brought to you by Diversionary Theater, the oldest continuing running queer theater space in the U.S. Diversionary is quality theater, and they are at Diversionary SD.
It is second down, and again, 12 ticks left. Durant calls for the ball. Gets it in good stead. He is looking long. He is getting good blocking, and a man goes down. He is still looking and gets the pass away, and it's going to be caught here on the left sideline.
Tremendous blocking and escapability there by Duran. I don't know how he got that much time.
They rushed 3, and that's halftime. That play did take all of the 12 seconds. So we've reached the end of the first half. In the championship game, our score, the ATX Heat Blue 12, the Chicago Freeze 6, here on the Cloud Sports Network.
And for our halftime show, what we're going to do is run through some sponsors for you. We'll talk a little bit about the Gay Bowl. We'll talk a little bit about the game so far that we're watching today, and maybe about some of the other ones that we've done in the past. So the first sponsor we have here for halftime is the Good Feet Store. Discover real relief and comfort with Good Feet Arch Support Solutions. The Good Feet Store is the title sponsor of Gay Bowl 25. On social media, you can find them at the Good Feet Store altogether. Lawyers Title, providing title, escrow, and closing services for your residential and commercial real estate transactions. They are at Lawyers Title San Diego on social media, at Lawyers Title San Diego. Riches, San Diego's biggest nightclub. Riches is your destination for those late night parties. They were part of the celebration, having the opening party on Friday night. They are at Riches San Diego. That's at Riches San Diego. Blue Peak Credit Union. Blue Peak's mission is to empower Californians to achieve peak financial wellness. Make a meaningful connection with Blue Peak. That's at BLUPEAK Credit Union. And finally, we have the sponsorship of the National Football League. The NFL is proud to partner with NGFFL and Gay Bowl 25. They believe that we are stronger together.
All right, thank you. This is the 25th version of Gay Bowl. There are over 250 teams that have come to this tournament. They represent 28 leagues across they're representing 28 teams across the United States and Canada who are members of the National Gay Flag Football League. The first 2 tournaments were called the Gay Super Bowl, but they took the word super out in the 3rd year just to Gay Bowl. The first tournament had 3 teams, the second doubled to 6, and now we have as many teams as we have in this tournament this year. San Diego is the host city for this year, although we are in Del Mar, but a nice day, by the way. It was cloudy and cool this morning. It's turned out to be a dandy weather day here today. San Diego, the first time to host the tournament 3 times, and they've done it each year in this decade, or in this century, where there has been a 5, 05, 15, and 25. 5 cities have hosted twice. Boston, Denver, New York City, Phoenix, and D.C., and 11 cities have hosted once. Winningest team in the Open Division, right here in San Diego, the Bolts, 7-time champions and 5 in a row. The winningest women's plus team is the Denver Mile High Club Blue, who have won it a record 8 times. So again, the NGFFL, founded in 2002. There are 28 cities across the United States and Canada who participate in the NGFFL, highlighting both athletic excellence and LGBTQ plus visibility.
And in our game right here, this game started with the Austin Heat Blue kicking off to the Chicago Freeze. On that first drive, the Freeze went all the way from about the 1 or 2 yard line to score. They actually did get the first point after attempt in, but there was a penalty, so that was pulled back. They had to try to go for a 1-point play from the 10, and they weren't able to do it. That set the score at 6-0. The Heat Blue then moved down the field and were able to score, did not get their extra point, and we were tied at 6-6. On the Freeze's next drive, they again moved the ball fairly well, but then had a turnover on downs around the 15-yard line, and the Austin Heat Blue took over there, were able to move the ball once again all the way down the field and score. They missed their extra point opportunity as well, and that's how we end up at a score of 12-6 in favor of the Heat Blue, who will come out and have the ball first in the second half.
With a chance to go up by 2 scores.
And this is the Open A Division final. This is crowning the champion of the best division or best part of the Open Division, the A teams. After this game, we will reset, and our next game and our last game will be coverage of the Women's Plus Championship game. And so the teams are starting to come back on the field. They will probably just sort of stand and warm up a little bit. We will watch for when the referees come back out on the field, and then we'll know we're getting close to action. We want to thank you for being with us here on the United States Gay Sports Network. If you are watching, if you know folks from Austin or from Chicago who know these players or who enjoy football, please share the handle USGSN on Facebook or YouTube. You can watch the stream from either site. We will be covering this second half again. We will see. We might try to do another quick little interview with one of the players at the end of that game. And then, as I mentioned, we will reset to bring you the Women's Plus Championship that should be starting not too long after this game finishes. The Freeze are getting set up to kick off to the Heat Blue. It looks like they are going to opt to use a tee instead of doing the punt style kick that some of the teams have done.
Okay, on your roster, number 7, I have found out.
Thank you.
Is Moses Bell.
Okay, we had Moses Bell as 11. Well, Moses Bell making some terrific plays, yes. And we're sorry we didn't have that to call them out as they happened.
All right, we are ready to start the second half. The officials are still gathered to our left.
The Zebras are in their dazzle. And yes, it is one of my favorite things that I found out that a group of zebras is called a dazzle. So that is what we are going to be calling our referees for the remainder of our coverage.
Austin to get the ball and doing push-ups again on the field to release a little bit of that energy is John Martin. He is one of the middle deep receiver. There are 2 behind him, Vontae Hayden and Xavier Daniel. We are moments away from kicking off the second half in this 6-6 ball game.
And if you are the Austin Heat and you are wearing a ski cap, is that taunting the Freeze? I'm a little confused here.
And there's the kick. It'll be fielded by Vontae Hayden. He brings it out across the goal line to the 5, to the 10, to the 15. He's still on his feet at the 20, crosses the 25, and then loses the ball. The return to around the 30-yard line. So that is an excellent way to start the second half for the ATX Heat Blue.
Very nice return. Once again, there was a little bit of a chance to pull that flag closer to the 5 or 10 yard line, but they didn't get it pulled, and he was able to make a nice run down that far sideline.
We see the gold trophy and the medals that will be given to the team that wins this game. John Martin is the center for the Heat Blue. The quarterback is Tizak Garcia. And on first down, Xavier Coleman faked the blitz, and now here's an inside handoff to John West Stewart, and he is tripped up after a gain of about a yard or two.
And it was Eric Anthony, I think, who ended up with Stewart's flag in his hand. There's a lot of football left here, but the Chicago Freeze is going to have to find a way to stop the Austin Heat Blue at least once here.
The ball is at around the 32-yard line. It is second down and 8. And you hear the chance of defense on the Chicago side of 40, and the ATX are saying offense, offense. Here's Garcia taking the center snap, rolls to his right, fakes a throw, now sets his players. There's a short pass out to Kevin Kelly, and the flag is pulled. And I believe by Brody Jepson, let's see if it's number 20.
And it looks like not much gain there at all.
Not at all. It's third down and long.
And somebody from the Austin, Texas Heat upset, saying that somebody rushed from over the line.
That was Kevin Kelly.
Again, the rushers have to start behind that puck. Now, once a rusher crosses the line of scrimmage, somebody who started behind the rush puck, then everybody can go over, anybody can go over. And they have to have their whole body behind that puck, so they can't really lean over or get in a three-point stance with their hand over it. It's got to be all the way behind.
All right, it is third down and 8. They need to get to the 40 for a first down. And the pass is coming. A flag goes down. And the pass is made, and the pass is caught, and John Martin continues to run down the right sideline, cuts it back towards the middle, and he is brought down, or the flag was pulled at about the 2 or 3, but there is a penalty, and it looks like it's on the defense.
That's what I saw was a hold, and the motion was for a hold on the defense, so they're going to get that yardage and maybe...
The ball down to around the 5-yard line. It is going to be first and goal for the ATX Heat Blue.
And you can only cover and do so many things on defense, but I think Garcia just has too much time back there. They're only rushing one from the freeze, and he is able to dance and move and keep the play alive until he finds something.
That reception was about 44 or 45 yards to John Martin. Both teams with weapons galore on both sides of the ball. On first and goal, Garcia rolling to his right side will keep the ball, heading to the end zone. He is in for a touchdown. 18-6, pending point after, or points after. Chicago will get the ball back momentarily. It looks like they're going for 2.
Looks like they're going for 2. And the defense talking it out a little bit. I think they're a little frustrated with some of the players who have been open or the easy runs.
So, for 2 and a 14-point lead. There's the snap. Garcia looking, rolling right, now back to his left. Now gets his pass way to the right side, and it is too low and incomplete.
And they did rush 2 that time, Rich, although number 15 was sort of half rushing and half coverage, but may have helped them put a little more pressure on Garcia.
The intended receiver, I believe, was Kaysen Weisenhunter.
And Garcia, we could hear on the other sideline telling his defense it's their turn and they need to get the ball back for him.
All right, Chicago starts 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line, trailing by 12. Shovel pass to number 4, Eric Anthony.
Picked up about 7.
2nd down. They need to get to about the 28. Mitch Duran, the quarterback, looks to throw, takes a pass to the left, has coverage, and the ball is dropped. Incomplete pass.
Wide open downfield on this side. All the way. Never looked.
He had a man on the right side running deep. That was Xavier Colvin.
Yeah, you can see him trotting back and nobody from the Heat near him.
3rd down. Duran to throw again. Fakes the pass. Now looking. Being chased. Gets his pass away. A flag was pulled, though. Before the pass was made, the flag was pulled by number 8, Jalen Gyra.
And you know, Mitch,
It's
after seeing how open Colvin was down here, tried to watch Duran's eyes on that play, and the rush wasn't getting him sacked till that play, but it is making him limit his vision, and he wasn't looking on our side of the field at all once again.
4th down for Chicago, 4th and about 5 or 6. And a chance of defense being countered by chance of offense.
Does have his run.
Big play here for Chicago. Looking, rolls to his right a few steps, gets his pass away, and the pass is dropped. It is incomplete. It hit the ground. And they have held on downs again.
And Jepson taking a minute on the ground there. I think he's a little upset that he couldn't haul that one in.
Brody Jepson, the intended receiver. And now it's Austin's turn on offense, and they start deep in Chicago territory. They'll start this drive at around the Chicago 19, leading by 12.
And you got to think that if the Heat Blues score here, this is pretty much over. They would have to get 2 stops as well as score each time for the Freeze.
I would think so. You're correct about that. It's 1st down. John Martin with Corey Gayhart off to his left and Kevin Kelly to his right. And the quarterback stands alone out of the shotgun position in the backfield, and Garcia gets the ball. He is faking a pass to the right side, now goes deep to the right side, and wide open is Vontae Hayden for a touchdown.
And you can see Xavier Colvin and Sean Oliver were standing near each other on that far sideline. My guess is one of them was probably supposed to go back with the receiver there and did not.
24-6. And they're asking what they want to do, go for 1 or go for 2. And this time it looks like, well, I'm not going to even guess.
Looks like they're going to go for 1.
The try for 1. They have made 3 unsuccessful attempts at a try for 2. But this time they're going to try for 1. And on this play, for the point. There's a flag thrown. The pass is caught by Corey Gayhart, but there is a flag, and it was thrown by one of the back judges, or pass interference on the offense. Not the back judge, the judge that stands next to the referee to the left of the quarterback. But there was an offensive pass interference. So they'll try it again, only this time the attempt will be made from around the 15. They bunch off of the 6 players. No one on the wides. Garcia looks to throw. He is going deep to the right side, and the pass is incomplete. And our score will remain the ATX Heat Blue 24 and the Chicago Freeze 6.
And after that first, I will say this, they moved the ball. The Freeze moved the ball very well on their first drive of the first half. They actually moved it well on their second drive to get it down to about the 15, but since then, very hard for them to get much offense going at all.
By the way, a special hello goes out to Corey Gayhart's folks in Ohio who told me that they were watching, and if you're still watching, thanks for being with us, and we send you a special greeting from California. There's a pass to the left side, incomplete. Had it in his hands and dropped it. That's Robbie White on the first pass by Mitch Duran. He's got a lot of ground to make up, or they do, Chicago. They trail by 18 points in this championship game, and we see the championship trophies and the medals to our right. You're going to see that. And then we'll have one more game here before we wrap up our coverage from the 2025 Gay Bowl here in California. Duran to throw again. Looking, dancing, now steps up and he starts to run. They'll give up his run, and the flag eventually gets pulled by Brandon Hines.
So
but a first down gained.
He's who's going to do it.
And it is a first down. It's a struggle for Chicago now against this very talented Austin defense. They need 3 scores. And on this play, Duran to throw, fakes the pass, and now the flag is pulled, but the pass is away. The pass is going to be tipped and incomplete. Vontae Hayden with coverage on Brody Jepson. It was a jump ball, and the ball falls incomplete. It will be second down.
And not a bad try. Jepson tall and probably had an inch or two on the defense, but the defense with a nice jump and couldn't bring down that jump ball.
Second down and 10. Double wides on either side. And on this play, Duran to throw, looking, the flag is pulled down, and a flag got pulled, and the pass was complete to Jepson, but the judge on this side of the field has thrown a flag.
And it looks like Jepson tried to lateral it back at the end of that play.
And here's the call. Illegal contact on the defense. That's an automatic first down. Oh, the penalty was declined. They'll take the result of the play because it gains more yardage.
Absolutely will here. helps them out a little bit. Would have been nicer for them if they had gotten the add-on, but not on that particular penalty.
24-6 our score. The ATX Heat Blue over the Chicago Freeze. We are under 10 to go for the end of this game and the crowning of a champion in this division.
And Austin, Texas Heat Blue in a commanding position here, up by 3 scores with less than 10 minutes to go, and the Freeze not having stopped them.
Duran the throw. Looking, steps up, looking, now gets his pass away over the middle, and it is caught. And I believe that's Robbie White. And this gains yardage to about the 15, maybe the 16 or the 17. And it is first down. Duran to throw again. Short foot pass to the left side is caught. Caught by number 7, Moses Bell.
And I get it, you want to huddle to call the right play for this score, but they need to be moving fast if they're going to have a chance to score 3 times in this game.
Likely under 9 minutes now. And on second down, Duran to throw. Right side pass is caught. Just shy of the goal line, and perhaps at about the 1.
And a nice reception there. Catching those balls is what was missing from some of the big plays for the Freeze.
It is a first down. So Chicago knocking on the Austin doorstep.
And Duran did already use his run to pick up a first down much earlier in the drive, so they're going to have to find some kind of pass play here.
First and goal. Inside of 8 minutes to go. 24-6 Austin over Chicago. Duran fakes the pass, looking, now gets his pass away, and it is incomplete. Diving for the attempt. Looks like may have been Brody Jepson.
And that one would have had to be a really nice grab by Jepson to bring that one in. It was well far outside of his hands.
So it is second and goal at the 1. And he flips a shovel pass to Xavier Colvin. And he did not get in. It will be third and goal. We come inside of 7 minutes to go. They didn't change the down, but I think it's third down. And now they finally wake up and do it.
And I think there was essentially no gain at all on that play.
Right. Third down, Duran to throw. And the pass is completed into the end zone for a touchdown. Xavier Colvin makes the grab. And pending the point after, it is now 24-12 for the ATX Heat Blue over the Chicago Freeze.
And we'll see, it looks like they are going for 2. And there we go. They're setting the down marker to 2 to signify that it is a 2-point try.
Okay. All right, Duran waiting for the ball. Gets it about chest high. And he escapes a would-be tackler, and the pass falls incomplete. Ronnie Navarro with pressure. And so it is ATX Heat Blue 24, Chicago Freeze 12. And we're getting close to the 5-minute mark.
And I'm sure they would have loved to have that pass, but it really doesn't matter too much. There was no amount of extra points they could get to not need 2 more scores.
Right.
So,
all right, we are at 5 minutes to go. And Austin, with its possession now, leading by 2 scores. No successful extra points or 2-point conversions in this game. Isaac Garcia sets his offense. John Martin will center the ball. And a shovel pass to Kevin Kelly. Picks up a few. It is 2nd down. And they'll take as much time in the huddle as they can.
and we'll see. We might see a lot of plays like that or similar things with a little bit of a push pass, maybe do a sweep next time so it's not exactly the same. But I don't expect any deep balls right now.
On 2nd down, Garcia, shovel pass to John West Stewart, tries to turn the corner and gains a few more yards. Third down.
Sounds like somebody on the sidelines might have a megaphone now.
Yeah, I heard that.
And the Heat Blue, of course,
3
taking
minutes to go.
as much time off the clock as they can because, as you say, already under 3 minutes.
Both teams have 3 timeouts left. Long snap. Fake of a shovel pass. Here's a pass out to the left side to John Martin, complete. And timeout Chicago there first. .241 to go.
And Rich, I'm watching the down marker. Is it 3rd down or 4th down?
Well, it's hard to read because it looks like it's between both. I think it is 3rd down. I think there have been 2 plays that have run. And the down marker now is correct at 3rd down.
Unplugged something important. I just unplugged something very important. What was it? We have nothing. We have no cameras. We have no cameras. Shit. What was it?
All right, it is. Now they're saying it's 4th down.
That's what I thought. I think that's why they called the timeout, Rich, was because it was 4th down. So if they can hold them here, they'll get some time back on the clock.
Well, then I've missed a play. Garcia rolls to his right. Still rolling, gets his pass away, and it is caught on the sideline. And the pass was incomplete. I believe he was out of bounds. And so Chicago will take over, trailing by 12. They need 2 scores.
So someone from the sideline said we got to score in 1 play. I would highly recommend that. If they've got one to open up somebody just that far down the field, this is the time because they're still going to need 1 more stop. But they did stop them once, and that's the first time they've stopped the Heat Blue today.
It is 1st down at the Austin 22, and now we have a timeout. I believe that's the 2-minute warning. They send Moses Bell in motion from right to left. Mitch Durant fakes the throw, now gets one away in the end zone. Tipped and incomplete. Xavier Daniel makes the defensive stop there. It is 2nd down.
Daniel everywhere back there on D. I think that is the 2nd or 3rd one he's tipped away that would have been a score otherwise.
It is 2nd down and 10 at the 22-yard line. The clock stopped on the incomplete pass. And Mitch Duran calls signals. Gets the ball around chest high. Fakes a pass to the left side. Now throws down the middle. Incomplete. It looks like it was intended for Robbie White. It is 3rd down.
And it looked like White was turned around there. I'm not sure that was still in the end zone. It may have been out the back of the end zone as well. But otherwise, an incomplete pass stops the clock.
And now we hear the third down and 10. And on this play, Duran to throw again. Looks to his right, looks to his left. Now gets a pass away to the back of the end zone. It is deflected by Vontae Hayden. Incomplete. 4th down.
He gets one more try at that deep pass. The other possibility, if Austin is putting more people back, he does have a run. He could try to run that 1st down if he can see 10 yards in front of him.
And you hear now the fans on the Austin side, let's go Heat. Chicago fans imploring their team to come up with a score here. Duran to throw. Looking. Gets his pass away to the end zone, and the pass is caught! Caught for a touchdown!
And that time the receiver able to jump up over the defense and pick it from above.
And
great catch.
It is. It's Robbie White. So it is now 24-18. And we're not done yet.
Do you have a walkie or Joel? Do you have a walkie? No. I mean, I'm supposed to, but I ditched it.
All right, they're going to go for. It looks like 1. Am I right?
It makes more. I think so. I see a puck down there. It makes more sense in my mind to go for 1 because if somehow they can get one more score, that they would need 1 extra point because Austin has had none of them. So if they can get 1 and get the score, then that would win the game.
All right, here we go. 24-18 our score. And Duran to throw again. Being chased. The flag is pulled. No extra point. The flag is pulled by number 8, Jaden Jira, and it is still 24-18.
And we'll see how long this goes. Rich, if you remember, one of our other games ended with some time on the clock because there was not enough time, or basically they could kneel it out in that time.
To do with timeouts that had been exhausted too.
Correct. And if the Freeze have 2 timeouts, then a 1st down would definitely do it. I think if there's more than a minute on the clock, they might have to play at least a little bit of this.
All right. So this is a big series for Austin. Well, it's big for both.
And again, if you're Austin, probably something safe. The last thing you want to do is give an interception.
Garcia calling signals. Ready? And here on 1st down, a quick pass to the right side is caught by John West Stewart, and timeout, Chicago.
And that's actually Duran over there in coverage.
Chicago has 1 timeout left. It's 2nd down. It's 2nd and about 8. That play gained 2 yards.
And you also, if you're Austin, you really don't want to throw an incomplete pass. I would expect one of those little chest passes and a run.
Garcia a little bit closer to the center, does exactly what you just said. And Corey Gayhart was the receiver with 1:18 to go.
And I think that probably made them use their last timeout.
Chicago has used its final timeout, so it is 3rd down. The green puck, which indicates the line of scrimmage on this play, looks to be about 4 yards from the beanbag, so it is 3rd and about 4. Winner take all here, and we're 1:18 away from that happening. And now we have a timeout for Austin.
And so Austin with a few options here. Again, you probably want something safe. You've got almost 5 yards to pick up. You could try to pick it up all on this down. You could try to get 2 or 3. And if you get to 4th down, you're probably going to be able to get that clock down to about 30 seconds. You do have the option of punting and making the freeze at least go the length of the field. If the freeze can get a stop, there will be a clock stop on the turnover of downs. So whatever happens at the end of 4th down, they'll have that much time left. And if the Heat can get a 1st down, this game is over.
Yes. It'll be 3rd down. Again, they need about 3 or 4. No timeouts left for Chicago. 2 timeouts for Austin. They're going to bunch the line. Means no one is on the wides. And on 3rd down, they now shift to the right side. Xavier Daniel now becomes the quarterback. It is 3rd down. And on this play, Daniel looking, rolls to his left, comes to the left side. Flag was not pulled, but I believe he got enough yardage for a 1st down, and that should do it. Chicago with no timeouts left. And I'm waiting for our referee to make that notation.
Looks like he's going
talking to Neil Kovrig. That's Lance Burridge. And that's it. The game is over. Your 2025 Open Division champions, the ATX Heat Blue, who have defeated the Chicago Freeze 24-18. They go through the high five line. Both teams did exceptionally well this tournament. We congratulate Chicago Freeze on its performance during this tournament. And congratulations to the ATX Heat Blue on winning this championship here in San Diego.
And we will take a minute as the players go through the handshake line. Just to remind you of a few of our sponsors. Thank you to the Good Feet Store, Lawyers Title, Riches San Diego, Blue Peak Credit Union, and of course the National Football League for sponsoring Bowl 25. Rich, I think we have had a couple of technical difficulties here. I'm going to watch Roman and see what we're going to do. We may go out and try to do an interview and see if we can talk about the trophy presentations. Waiting to see how we're going to work that out.
Chicago is gathered to our left, and Austin, they're going to be, I'm going to break down. This is my hometown that just won the title. Oh, that is just too much. Just like Honolulu yesterday, there's a tunnel that they all went through, all the ATX fans. We're going to endeavor to show you the trophy ceremony and speak with NGFFL Commissioner Joel Horton. We have the trophies over here. There are two teams that are about to take the field for the final game of the tournament. But for now, this was a well-played game. Austin's defense a little bit better than Chicago's defense. Chicago is still huddled over to our left. They have nothing to be ashamed of. They played a wonderful tournament. We were exposed to some outstanding football here in this Open Division Championship.
And the one thing I will say, Rich, I kind of want to go back and look, but we talked a lot about how teams get behind, they need a stop. If you get a stop or two, you're going to win. And I'm not sure anybody who was behind at the start of the second half came back in any of our games because those stops are just so hard to come by. And we can see now we've got the table out with the NGFFL logo. We've got, as you mentioned earlier, some medals and some trophies up there.
All right, we're waiting for the trophy presentation. Brian, the staff photographer for this tournament, is out taking pictures of the trophies and the medals. ATX women about to take on a team from Denver.
I think it might.
High Blue, it looks like.
Yep, or the Summit Blue, something like that. I think we have seen them before. We'll try to check that out for you once we see it, or if the bracket gets updated.
Here as fast as humanly possible.
We're getting things settled here.
Don't worry about ads. Yeah, head out there.
The emotion of this tournament cannot be underestimated, cannot be overrated or underrated, because I'm watching a quarterback who played his heart out, Mitch Duran, being very emotional following this game. They finished second. And now here come the ATX Heat Blue, ready to accept their trophy and the medals that go along with it. As they are the winners here of the Open Division, we're going to endeavor a talk with one of their players. But first, I think there's going to be the trophy presentation. And they line up to get their medals. The women still have another game to play, and then we will.
So
NGFFL
NGFFL Commissioner Joel Horton talking to the winning team right now. He's going to try to get a couple folks over for us to talk to from the offense and defense of the now champion Austin, Texas Heat Blue.
We don't know who we're going to talk to yet. We could talk to just about any of them because they all played so beautifully today. You all played 3 games, right? You've had 3 games today, right? Yep. So you won 4 in the tournament. That's Matt Morgan, my friend,
and we'll see who they talk to. We had the quarterback Garcia earlier. Was very happy to discuss the team. Might have somebody from the defense. There were some incredible defensive plays in that second half.
Medals and a trophy still to come here on the USGSN, USA Sports Network channel.
So we have members from the champion Austin, Texas Heat Blue. Tell us how you're feeling after that win.
I feel really great. Our team played well. Big shout out to Chicago Freeze. That was a really good football team, but this is a great moment for our team, and we worked really hard, and we deserve it.
Yes, it is. It was a team effort, and everybody on this team, from our team dad Kyle to our QBT, everybody contributed to this moment. Our community contributed to this moment, and we couldn't have done it without them.
So talk a little bit about the defense. The Freeze had a really good first drive from about their 2-yard line, a good second drive, and after that, you pretty much shut them down with you yourself having some great jumping plays in the backfield.
It takes all 7 players to have a good defense, and everyone was bought in. Everyone was flying around. Our rushers did a great job putting the pressure on their quarterback, who's very mobile. So we just took a team effort, and everybody did their jobs, and we locked in and got it done.
And tell us about the offense. In previous games, we saw you with a lot of shovel passes to Stewart across. Most of this game, you were more in a drop back mode.
Yeah. We had to change our strategy a little bit, I think, and I don't know. Everybody just adapted, and we overcame, and I'm speechless, honestly.
All right, well, thank you for a tremendous game, a tremendous win, a tremendous weekend, and go celebrate with your team as the champions of the Open A Division.
Thank you.
shout out to those three and a shout out to the entire team. What a defensive effort put on by this team during this first. Now we'll have the presentation of the trophy. This is NGFFL Commissioner Joel Horton.
You're going to get your VIP wristbands, but
And so this is NGFFL Commissioner Joel Horton presenting the winning team with their medals. They're going to get to hold the trophy for a little bit, and then they're going to take it back for the more formal presentation.
You're watching the players get their medals, and eventually we'll have the trophy presentation for the new champions of this year's Open Division in the ATX Heat Blue, defeating the Chicago Freeze in 24-18.
yes. Behalf of the NGFFL, our 2025 Open A Division champions, ATX Blue.
Gayhart lifting the trophy high, and they'll do one more circle.
Somebody turn me up! Hey! Somebody turn me up! Hey! Somebody turn me up! Hey! Hey, if you're a champion today, give me 2 claps in the Ric Flair. I said if you're a champion and you just won today, give me 2 claps in the Ric Flair. Family on 3. 1, 2, 3. Family!
Champions of the Open Division, the Open A Division, they'll take their group photo.
Yeah, do you want to?
Yeah. Is there any way to get one more?
That's all we have.
Oh, that's all.
And then we will have our final game to play here this afternoon. As you're watching the champions take their group picture. So we'll say congratulations to Austin again. And another Austin team is about to compete in the final game of our action today. We're going to take a break until this game starts. We want to thank you for being with us here on the US Gay Sports Network channel. For now, we'll talk to you again in just a few minutes. As soon as this game is ready to start, we'll be back here on the USGSN network.
All right. As long as y'all know.
Katrina Cook, that's you, Chicago. Becky Lee, Denver. Marcia Hill, Chicago. Lori Aronson, Twin City, Minnesota.
Yes.